Hey, Melissa here from GirlGoneFishing, and I am all packed up, loaded up, and ready to hit the road. I'm going down to Kentucky Lake for the weekend. Meeting up with a bunch of people from the Buckeye Kayak Fishing Trail, and we rented an Airbnb. It's my first time doing this. I guess this is how people do it on the fishing trail. You get a house, a bunch of people, and stay on the lake and go down and fish a tournament. So I'm excited to try something new. I have fished Kentucky Lake before, but it was way in the northern end with my buddy Scott, and our house is more towards the Kentucky-Tennessee border. So we'll see how it goes. It's a 2-day thing, 2 individual tournaments, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. So if worst comes to worst, Saturday's like my pre-fishing for Sunday. Unfortunately, due to my work schedule, I couldn't get down there to pre-fish at all, but I'm just gonna go down there, throw some lures around, see what I can find, hopefully get some fish. All right, let's hit the road. See you down in Kentucky.
Welcome to Kentucky.
All right, made it to our house. There's people. Let's check this place out. Oh, hello.
Hey, girl.
Let's check out this house. Oh, it's cute. Here's the kitchen. Kevin's making us dinner. Looks like upstairs. Cute little room. All right, well, my buddy Kevin and I have made it to Lyndhurst Resort Ramp, which is where we're taking off for the morning. It is just about 5:30 when you're allowed to start paddling out to your spot. So we're gonna get going and see if we can get some fish on the morning bite. It's dark out there. I'm really glad I got a fishing buddy. Okay, let's do it. I'm like suffering from withdrawal. No, it took me such a short time to get totally addicted to it. But it's not gonna affect. We're still gonna have fun, catch fish. Please be a bass. God, you're beautiful. All right, fish number 1. Isn't he beautiful? Look at the markings. So it's 9 o'clock and I kind of consider that the end of the morning bite. I've got one fish, a beautiful smallmouth, 15 1/4 inches. I really had higher hopes for the morning bite time of this day, but you know, I got one fish, that's something. Without the electronics, I'm relying heavily on my navionics on my phone to try to figure out where the depth contours are, and kind of going back to throwing at the bank because I don't know exactly what's down there. So the water has come up a little bit since yesterday, according to the guys that pre-fished yesterday. So I feel like maybe that would move the fish shallow, like to shore. So I just did a run down the shore of this cove, throwing a Ned rig, and I got 2 8-inch largemouth and that 15 1/4 smallmouth. So that kind of tells me that maybe they are shallow, like up close to shore. So I'm gonna hit the other side of the cove. Although maybe that's dumb because that's the sunny side and the other side's the shady side. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep trying to cast and find fish. he's pretty, but he's not what I was going for. So I checked my line and there was a little bit of fraying. So I went ahead and cut it off and I'm gonna retie, but I thought this would be a good time to show you what I'm throwing. We kind of felt like, you know, a Ned rig would be a necessity here because it's like the finessiest kind of approach, you know, super small, super subtle. When the fish are finicky and it's hard to get them to bite, it's a good presentation, but I hate it. It's so boring. So I was on Tackle Warehouse and I found that. Can you see that? It is really cool. Brian Schmidt baits. It's their Ned Rigs Ned Dread jig, and it looks like this. So I decided if I had to throw a Ned rig, I would pick one that seemed like a little more fun. So I went with this, and I mean, it's working as good as anything around here. And of course the little TRD is Z-Man TRD. This is the green pumpkin goby color. But none of it's working. Nothing's working. I don't think we're getting a reaction bite at all. So just trying to slow drag the soft plastics and get a fish to bite. So back to it. Can't get bit without a line in the water, right? He's just, oh gosh. Hold still. He was just holding on to the tail of the worm. Oh, he's so pretty. Look how gorgeous that is. Wow. So 2 o'clock, line's out, tournament's over, and I didn't do very well. I only got that one fish this morning, and he was a beautiful fish, but he wasn't what I was hoping for. I at least wanted my 5 fish limit. I mean, this is a huge lake, and it's full of freaking fish, and I just couldn't figure him out. But I got one. It's better than no fish, right? And he was a beautiful fish. So my other frustrating thing was my electronics were out today. So when I went to plug my fish finder in, there was no plug, it was just the wires. So at some point I ripped the plug off and didn't even realize it. So I guess that shows me I need to check all my equipment thoroughly before I, go to bed the night before. If I can't find that plug, I have no fish finder again tomorrow. But I told myself I fished for years without electronics and I should have been able to do it. But in the short time I've had it, I've become addicted to it. It's indispensable. And unfortunately for me, my plan for the day was to fish offshore. I had done a ton of Google Map, Google Earth study, and had picked this creek arm, this kind of river arm that went down one of the fingers of the lake, and it had flats on either side of it. And that was my plan for the day, was to find that creek channel and fish the flats on either side of it. But that kind of requires electronics, and I tried to throw some stuff around out there and find it with like crankbaits and jigs and Texas rig and all that, and it just felt pretty ineffective. I couldn't figure out anything. I couldn't get anything to bite, so I bailed on that and just went and did bank beating through my lure, my Ned rig, Texas rig, jig, crankbait. Threw it all at like the points, the rocky points, the shorelines, wood, anything I could see that I could think of that might hold fish, but nah, it didn't work. So I have another tournament tomorrow here. It's not a 2-day tournament, it's a tournament 1 and tournament 2. So start fresh tomorrow. but I was really hoping that even if I didn't do well today, I would be able to scout up a good plan for tomorrow. And I really wasn't able to do that because I didn't figure anything out today and I couldn't see anything on the bottom. So a lot of the other guys are fishing like creeks, like up in creeks, and I didn't want to do that, but they caught fish and I didn't. So I have a decision to make tonight. I'll get back on Google Earth, Google Maps, see what I can figure out. But tomorrow's a new day, and I'm always thankful to be able to get out on the water and give it a try, even when I don't succeed. So thanks so much to Strictly Sail Kayak for letting me have the Hobie Lynx. This thing's amazing. It got kind of gnarly out there in the middle of the day with all the pleasure boaters and the wind, and the Lynx was just rock solid as always. Love this boat. I pedaled about 8 or 9 miles today, and it covered a lot of water. I was hoping to just stumble on a big school of bass. I mean, like, you know, it could happen, right? But it didn't. But you know, I got to cover a lot of water. The Lynx makes it pretty easy to cover water, so that's a real bonus. So thank you so much, Strictly Sail Kayak, for being awesome people and letting me have the Lynx. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. I'm sorry there's not more fish. I'll try to do better on the next one. But now it's time to pedal a couple miles back to the launch ramp and get back to our cabin, make some dinner with the buddies, and make a plan for tomorrow. New day, new tournament, and I only have to catch 2 fish to beat today. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you on the lake on the next one. Good job getting 2 fish. You just had to beat me, didn't you? Alright, so you guys remember how I said my fish finder, the plug pulled off? Well, I showed these guys, and like a minute later, he's freaking soldering stuff.
We just get like a kick out of these because every single wire in my entire kayak has done with these, and they've never failed yet. None. No better.
So when he walked in the door, first thing he said was, "Your spot sucks." So, Kevin, maybe we need a new spot.
Yeah. I fished it for a day and a half.
I think we do.
Oh, we'll make plans.
Here
comes Jason with his big checks.
Did they have
Woo,
to go up?
good job. Your
Did
first
they
big
have to go up
check
there
in a
and-
KBF event.
my first ever.
Congratulations.
First
Aw,
ever.
good job.
Nice work today.
Weicker with his check that's
Hey,
for
Melissa wants to know
$0.
to go fish the lake tomorrow
job,
or the
Jason.
creek. Tell her.
Creek.
Creek, are you one down bottom or up top?
The very bottom.
Okay, then y'all go up top. I said whatever one you're not in, go to the other one.
Plus
Plus they got
I haven't been to the other one, so I don't know how good it is.
Well, when you put in right there, you got all that riprap and the bridge. You got docks up above it, and then you can go up into the creek.
Even
It
a
doesn't
back
look like it
creek
goes
is
like
better
super
than
far,
like-
but there's
Right.
still a creek there.
Right.